Let's be honest, today we don't have the same type of foods, the same type of health in nutrition that we used to have. Because our grandfathers and mothers used to feed way more natural things to their pigs and poultry and whatever. They would use very natural soaps in their bodies. They would deal and ferment very properly the dairy they did consume. And so, if you just live a normal life where you go out and have dinner, whatever, if you travel and you buy food in the airport or train or airplane, if you just go to a simple grocery store and you don't want to just go and order online and deal with all that trouble, if you want to just live hassle-free, thought-free, you will best do with just fatty ruminant meats. Why? Beef, lamb, goat, bison, deer, etc. All the ruminants have a lot of compartments in their stomach and they'll filter out very well even pure diets. They are very often still allowed outside a little bit. Depending on your country, they might just be outside all the time and just be grain-fed, like grain-finished, by the end of their lives. And if it's mostly grass-fed, it doesn't really matter most what they are fed additionally, because will still be your best option in terms of nutrition, in terms of nutrient density. It will be the only necessary food that you need to eat, like honestly. It will be the least probable food to cause you a sensitivity. It has taurine, carnitine, carnosine, creatine, choline, collagen, EPA, DHA, CoQ10. It has heme iron, vitamin A, B6, B12, D3, K2. Can you get those on a vegan diet, at least in substantial amounts? Probably not. I see vegan athletes taking those as supplements. Makes you think. So I created a pyramid. And like the base, which I just told you, fatty ruminant meat, is the only thing that you really need, because it's also the best and it has all those nutrients and all the others that your body needs in the quantities that it needs. Some people might say, but you won't get enough of this or that vitamin. Not true, because on a true carnivore diet, because you're not taking plant toxins, plants have toxins, you won't have any substance in your body robbing your nutrients and reducing the bioavailability and absorption of the nutrients you do consume. And we have that pyramid. Fatty ruminant meat's the only thing you need to eat. But you want diversity, because you get bored of all the very diverse cuts of beef, the very diverse cuts of lamb and goat. You still want diversity. Sure, why not? Enjoy your life. I'm not here to limit you. I'm here to just guide you to live that diversity that you wish in a safe manner. So what might be, I'm not sure this is the way, the second most safe food, I'd say fatty fish, wild fatty fish. Like, did the ancient eat aquaculture fish? Of course not. That is a very recent phenomenon. But today, fish end up eating microplastics, and they don't have not nearly as much as nutrition as like fatty ruminant meats. Like, you will feel amazing in terms of, I'd experiment with that, with just fatty fish like sardines and salmon, like true wild ones. But you won't feel that much energy. Like physically, you won't be able to just go to the gym and lift all the weights effortlessly. And thus, you're thinking of other meats like bacon. And yes, probably in the ladder, if we go one step above in that pyramid, we can eat fatty pork. But make sure that like you go to like a restaurant or something, if you get bored, it's probably better. But if you go for the grocery store or something, or on a airplane or something, and you want to eat some bacon, make sure it's just pork meat. Why do I say pork even though there are two major religions saying don't eat pork? Why do I say it so early in the ladder? Because pork sometimes is allowed to be free range, and I don't hear very often that they are being supplemented with antibiotics and hormones and whatnot. And you guessed it, if you climb another step of the ladder in the pyramid, so food that you should less eat will be poultry and eggs. Yeah, they have very sad lives, most of them. They are fed antibiotics and hormones and whatnot. And so if you eat those eggs, you will get those stuff. And you will get because those animals, including pork, don't filter out very well what they eat. All the corn, actually not just corn, like genetically modified corn and soy that poultry and pork are fed, ends up in their tissues and in their byproducts. You understand that? So if you do pasture raised, proper like diet and species appropriate and whatnot, you'll be mostly fine. But let's be honest, even if you go to a nice restaurant, you'll probably eat just cheap eggs. Let's be honest. And finally, other animals like horse, rabbit, whatnot, snake if you like, or whatever. Those are still not ideal because they don't filter out very well their foods, and like most cold-blooded and whatnot, they end up having very little fat. So these four foods like fish and pork and poultry and eggs and other animals, those are okay but not ideal. And at the top of the pyramid, you get the better to avoid category. And that is, you probably guessed it, dairy. Do you see any wild animal when they're adult consuming dairy? No, you don't see that. It's sickening to go rob a little calf from its nutrition to properly grow so that you can have some pleasure in your meal. But if you have like 10 cows or 10 sheep or whatever, take a little bit from each one of them and make some cheese at home. You will not be robbing that calf from nutrition. Usually there is a surplus, as far as I'm concerned. But imagine like an extraterrestrial race comes here and says, we order all women that are breastfeeding to take some of their milk for us to eat at lunch in cheese form. Yeah, we adult extraterrestrials want to eat that. Like, how messed up would that be? But that is what we are doing. But what is the biggest problem with dairy? Dairy has three amazing components that safeguard the survival and the proper development of human babies. Opioids, it's addictive because it has fat and sugar, and thirdly, it's sex driving. Yeah, you'll feel sex drive when you consume milk, and that is done on purpose so that babies survive and thrive. But people are saying, oh, I tried the carnivore diet and it's very good because it increased my libido and sex drive and I'm so happy. Do you see any wild animal humping the females every single day like a lot of humans are doing? that is not normal. Like, if a woman is supposed to leak out blood once a month, I can't imagine it being ideal for a man to leak out their equivalent more than once a month. But this is just my personal perspective. But why do I think, and I can tell you in very simple and very, I believe, reasonable terms, why you shouldn't have sex drive? The same way you shouldn't have food drive. See, you want to enjoy food when you have it in front of you in a plate or whatever. But the rest of your day, you don't want to be thinking of food. You want to be focused on whatever you're doing, whether it's singing, walking, talking with your kid, doing some work, whatever. Taking a bath. You want to be just focused on what you are doing. And when it's time to have dinner or lunch or breakfast or whatever, you want to enjoy it and you want to have appetite. And thus, I'm very clearly defining appetite, sex and food appetite as ideal, and we all want it for sure. Because when we have a plate in front of us, we want to enjoy it. When we have our girlfriend or wife or whatever in front of us in an opportune day where both of us are in the mood, we want to enjoy and have appetite for it. But we don't want to be the whole day thinking of humping somebody's leg or eating a burger all day long. We want to be focused on whatever we're doing. And just as a bonus, you might be thinking, oh, but you forgot honey. Honey comes from animals. Honey is full of sugar. Call it whatever you want, but it will take you out of ketosis. Do you want to stop being in a fat burning state and go into a fat storing state? Is that what you want? I don't. Do you want to tell your body, oh, stop regening, stop healing, stop using your own fat stores? Do you really want to tell your body that? I don't want to tell that to my body. And thus, if I mentioned honey, let's mention fruit. The number one food that animal-based people that have as an addition to a mostly carnivore diet. I personally have antibodies, like a lot of them. Like, you know that GTA game where you have 5 stars in the police? I have 5 stars in the internal body police against figs, for example. Yeah, and I never buy grocery store figs. All the figs that I ate were from trees of family people, of friends. Just so you know that fruit is not ideal. I have antibodies to honey, now that I've mentioned it. And thus, I don't think fruit is ideal. If you peel it and seed it, it will be probably okay. But it should be organic, of course, because then what is going to mess with you mostly is not really the plant toxins, but the glyphosate. And thus, let's summarize things. Let's go. Pyramid. 3 parts. Base, the only real thing that you need to eat, fatty ruminant meats. Beef, lamb, goat, etc. Bison, elk, deer. The best food on the planet. Secondly, the middle part is it's okay, but not ideal, and that includes fish, pork, poultry and eggs, and other animals, like horse and rabbit, whatever. And even camel and whatever. And at the very top, better to avoid dairy and of course honey and fruit and all of the other plant foods. Do you want to be a human? Do you want to live to your full potential, or do you want to be a monkey, a chimpanzee? If you think you're a frugivore, yeah, sure, be a monkey. I certainly want to be a demigod. I want to increase my level, not go back, but that's up to you. And thus I conclude my video, and I hope you took some knowledge from this. If you find that this video was somehow helpful or something, share it, feel free to do so, and I very much thank you for doing that. Please share your experiences, like say, oh, I have a totally different experience doing just the opposite as you are telling me in this video. I like to hear testimonials, and I like to be proven wrong just the same way I like to be proven right, because I want to know where am I? Where am I at? And thus, yeah, please share your or ask a question. I'm very pleased to hearing your questions and comments. And if you do find this type of information valuable, please subscribe. I really thank you for doing so. It helps me out a lot because I'm very small in this game and I want to grow. Of course, I know I don't deserve much more than what I have right now, and that is because my videos are not perfect and not as compact as they can be, and they don't have media and images and whatnot, but I'll grow at my own pace. And thanks for bearing with me. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to simplify your life, I will add chapters here if you want to go back to this video, and it will help you go to the different chapters, and that will be in the video's description. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.